I never thought the day would come when I'd fear the sound of my own front door opening. But that's what my life had become, flinching at footsteps, holding my breath through silence, praying that pain wouldn't come tonight. My name is Emily, and for the last 3 years, I lived in a house built on lies and bruises. It didn't start that way, of course. No monster announces himself on the first date, not even mine. When I met Adam, he was charming, attentive, the kind of man who remembered small things, like how I took my tea or which book made me cry. He called me his peace. And I believed him. But peace, it turns out, can be broken like glass. The first slap came 6 months after our wedding. I still remember the metallic taste of shock. He cried afterward, begged me to forgive him, blamed stress, promised it would never happen again. And then it happened again. And again. Until apologies lost their meaning, and my body carried the truth of our marriage more honestly than his words ever did. I became good at hiding things, bruises, fear, myself. Friends drifted away. My family thought I was busy with married life. But really, I was surviving a war inside my own home. I kept telling myself I could leave. One day. Just not today. The turning point came one night after Adam came home drunk, angry, and hunting for a reason, any reason, to hurt someone. Unfortunately, that someone was always me. I was cleaning the kitchen when he stormed in. "What's this mess?" he snapped. "It's not a mess, Adam. I'm just washing the dishes." "You're too slow. You're always too slow." Before I could speak, his hand wrapped around my arm like a vice. "Adam, stop. Please." But he didn't stop. Not this time. Not until everything blurred into darkness. When I opened my eyes, I was lying in the passenger seat of his car, the interior light glowing pale and cold. My head pounded. My vision flickered. Where are we?" I whispered. He glanced at me, disgust flashing across his face like I was something he'd accidentally stepped on. "Hospital," he said. "You fainted. Don't embarrass me and say anything stupid." And then he smiled. A soft, convincing smile, the kind that could win over anyone. Anyone who didn't know the monster behind it. When we arrived, he rushed into the emergency room with fake panic in his voice. "Please. My wife, she passed out. She hasn't been eating well. I'm so worried." The nurse nodded sympathetically. "He seems so concerned," she whispered to another. I wanted to scream. To tell them the truth. But Adam leaned down, squeezing my hand so tightly I felt my bones ache. "If you open your mouth," he hissed under his breath, "I swear you'll regret it." My throat closed. Fear wrapped around me like barbed wire. They took me to a room, checked my vitals, asked questions. Adam answered all of them. "She bruises easily," he said. "She's been under stress. She fainted while we were talking." Every word, a lie polished to perfection. But then something unexpected happened. A doctor entered, a woman with sharp eyes and a calm voice. "Adam, I need to speak with your wife alone." He stiffened. "She needs me here." "No," she said firmly. "She doesn't." She closed the door behind him. Then she turned to me. Her gaze softened, but there was no pity, just understanding. "Emily, these injuries aren't from fainting. You know that, right?" I felt something hot rise in my chest. Shame. Fear. Relief. I can't," I whispered. "He'll kill me." The doctor placed a hand on mine. "You're safe right now. And you don't have to go back." Those words triggered something. A crack in the wall I had built to survive. She asked if I wanted help. For the first time, I said yes. The doctor made me a plan, quiet, careful, brilliant. She documented everything, photos, notes, injuries. She called a social worker and a police officer who specialized in domestic cases. They worked silently, moving like shadows, preparing a trap. But the twist was, I wasn't the bait. Adam was. After an hour, the doctor invited him back into the room. He walked in with that same fake concerned husband act plastered across his face. How is she? Is she okay? He asked. She folded her arms. Well, actually, we have a few concerns. His face faltered. Concerns? Yes, she said. Your wife's injuries don't match your story. He froze. For the first time, he looked afraid. What are you implying? The doctor stepped aside. Two officers walked in. Adam Ward, one of them said, we need to ask you some questions. He tried to keep smiling. This is a misunderstanding. It's not, the doctor cut in. We reviewed the scans. The pattern of injuries indicates long-term abuse. His smile cracked. She's lying. She bruises easily. I lifted my head. For the first time, I met his eyes without fear. No, Adam, I said quietly. You did this. He lunged toward me, instinctively, like he always did when cornered. But this time, he didn't reach me. The officers grabbed him, pinning him to the wall. Get your hands off me, he roared. You have no proof. The officer held up his phone. Actually, we do. The hospital has cameras. And your behavior is being recorded. Adam's face twisted, and for a moment, I saw the man he truly was. Not my husband. Not even human. Just rage shaped into a person. As they handcuffed him, he shouted at me. You think you'll be safe? You think anyone will believe you? You're nothing without me. For the first time, I smiled. I'm finally something without you. The officers dragged him away, his voice echoing down the hallway, growing smaller and smaller until it vanished altogether. The next day, the police uncovered something I hadn't expected. Adam had a history. 3 past girlfriends with similar injuries. All who fell, or bumped into things, or tripped. None of them got the chance to expose him. They all left him before he could be charged. But now, I had given them the final piece. He wasn't just arrested for assault. He was charged for a pattern of long-term abuse across multiple victims. My testimony connected all the dots. I wasn't just freeing myself. I was ending a cycle. Later, the doctor came to see me. You saved more than yourself, she said. You stopped a predator. Those words sank deep into my heart. For so long, I felt weak. Small. Invisible. But walking out of that hospital, with sunlight warming my bruised skin, I realized something. Strength isn't loud. Sometimes it's just choosing to tell the truth. Sometimes it's just surviving long enough to escape. Sometimes it's whispering yes when help is offered. Today, I live in a small apartment with a locked door and quiet mornings. Some nights, I still wake up shaking. But I breathe easier now. Because the man who broke me will never break anyone again. And the twist? The hospital, the place he dragged me to so he could protect his lies, became the place where every lie he ever told finally burned down. And the truth? The truth saved me. He dragged me to the hospital to hide his abuse, but that's where his whole world collapsed.